Hi everyone, with you here today is Ebass, and here on stage with me is Taskmaster. Hi Taskmaster,
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
Okay.
Okay, so we're starting by the first question. Let the community know more about you. Can you tell us about you, what you do as a person, and what you represent?
Well, I went to school for economics and about 25 years ago, I'm not a technical guy, but I developed an interest in technological trends, primarily from a job I was working. And so I've watched technology and watched how technology advanced and went through different hype cycles. And I don't remember exactly when it was, maybe 2012. I came across Bitcoin. I didn't buy it at the time, but I started to watch the technology. Blockchain really interests me. And I got involved around, I think it was about 2016, I believe was when I made my first crypto purchase. But I was involved in another project in 2017, and I was at an event, and somebody just mentioned this thing called Steemit. And so I went home that night and signed up and got my account within a day, which was fortunate because like 6 months after that, it was taking months to get an account. But I just basically got involved and saw a lot of negativity with the platform, mostly due to the price of the token and how it dropped. And from my understanding of technology, I'm like, this is some good stuff. And so I just started writing about that. And over the last 6 years, I kind of found a niche about writing about Steam. Then later it became Hive and talking about technology and started talking about crypto economics and things of that nature. And this is where we are.
Wow. So can you tell us a bit about your background and how you got involved in cryptocurrency?
Well, as I said, I was following blockchain and I went through the whole IBM enterprise blockchain nonsense and how they were going to, control blockchain and dominate it. And I finally, as I said, made a purchase around 2016 after watching it for a while. My first purchase was Bitcoin, purchased a little Ethereum, purchased a little Litecoin. And, that started the journey.
So what do you think is the most exciting development in the cryptocurrency space right now?
Uh, well, I would have to say Web3 is the most important, which cryptocurrency is a part of Web3. But I think the most important thing right now is not cryptocurrency, it's data. Because we see what's going on with AI, and blockchain has the ability to decentralize data, democratize data. And so instead of feeding X or instead of feeding Meta or Google or any of these companies, um, we have the ability to put data on the blockchain, on Hive, and then people can build AI agents and things of that nature, which is coming, which is actually already happening in the Web2 world. And the reason why I think this is so important for crypto is AI agents are not going to be making payments with a Visa card or with an American Express or out of a bank account. They're going to use crypto. So these AI agents are going to have a crypto wallet with a key that they can access to, you know, perform certain tasks, certain skills, certain functions, and make the payments. So whether that's ordering airline tickets or booking hotel rooms or, whatever it is that the agent is undertaking and what it is designed for, they're going to use crypto to pay for that. And that's how crypto will explode. I don't think you can separate crypto from AI. They are going to be linked together. So the growth of AI is going to result in the growth of crypto because that's the monetary system in the digital realm. It's native to the digital realm. Um, US dollar and other fiat currencies are not native to the digital realm. And so that's the big difference.
Wow. Yeah. So what additional feature would you have loved to add to the Hive blockchain if you could?
Uh, I think what it needs is commerce. We don't have there on Hive. There's really no services provided when you think about it. People go to the internet and they go online and they go to different sites looking for different things. So what do they look for? They look for news. They look for information. They look for entertainment. They look for things to buy. They look for things that fulfill needs that they have. And Hive doesn't really provide any of it. And this is where I've had dispute with people about the marketing and all this other stuff, where people in the Hive army is all over Twitter and they're saying, come to Hive. And it's like, what? What's there? What are people going to use? And even if you do use Hive, where do you have to go to find out any news or information? What's going on in the world? Well, you run back to Twitter, you go to YouTube. So this is where I think there's a major disconnect with Hive and the business mindset. I mean, any type of marketing you start with, what problem do we solve? What are we offering people? I don't think anybody's even tried to answer that question, because I've tried to answer it and there's no answer. What are you offering? Can people buy stuff? No. Can people find out information? Not really, you know? And this is something that has to change, where people can be on an application on Hive and get information about crypto, get information about headline news, get information about whatever they're looking for. And we just don't have that.
Yeah, I agree with you about that. I agree with you about that. We should learn to like develop a lot of lacking areas on the blockchain, on the Hive blockchain. So we don't have more reasons to go to other Web3 sites to like do some things. So how do you see cryptocurrency in the next few years?
Well, as I said, I'm extremely optimistic on AI, and I look at them as linked together. I don't see how they can be separated when you start to get into the agentic world and these AI agents that are already starting to be built. Now, these AI agents that are being built today, many of them are being built on Microsoft's platform or Google's platform. So they can incorporate payment rails that use fiat currency. In fact, I guarantee you they will. But when you start to look at Coinbase did the first AI to AI transaction, AI agent to AI agent transaction, they use crypto. And so I think the problem we have with the cryptocurrency market is Bitcoin's doing well and the alts aren't. And that's because I actually wrote an article about this yesterday or the day before. Bitcoin has utility. It's being the niche is store of value, whether you agree or disagree, whatever. But that's the niche and that's what people are buying it for. You look at the rest of crypto, what's the utility? It's just a lot of fluff right now. And it's the same thing you said about that we just mentioned about Hive, and you asked about Hive. Well, what really is there on Ethereum? What really is there on Solana? What really is there on any of these chains? There's a few maybe financial applications, so you can trade crypto and use a DEX or whatever, but that's not where the majority of the internet population is. And most of the stuff can't be built on those networks anyway because there's transaction fees. So how can you have any type of social media app where it costs you money to, give an upvote, to make a comment? You're not going to do that. Nobody's going to do that. Oh, it costs me 2 cents to uh, give you an upvote. Well, you're not going to give out a lot of upvotes throughout the day. So this is where I think the utility has to come in. And once that hits, once people start to build stuff on these blockchains that can feed in data, that can have AI agents, can have AI on there, then you're starting to get into where crypto actually has foundational value. And, then the value increases regardless of whether you're in a bull or bear market, the value is increasing.
Thank you so much. So can you explain the basics of cryptocurrency and how it works?
Well, it it basically works the same as any payment rail, whether you use a bank, whether you use a credit card. Uh, those are digital transactions. The difference is you have an intermediary. So when you make a payment through your bank runs the ledger. The bank tells you how much money you have in there. The bank then debits or credits the accounts as the transactions come in. And the bank is the one who controls the network that you're accessing. So it's not really your money, it's the bank's money. And again, it's a permissioned access where if the bank locks you out of your account, you're locked out of your account. Same with social media. I mean, if X closes your account or YouTube closes your account, you can't access your account. Cryptocurrency, you can only lock yourself out because if you lose your key, you can't access your wallet. But as long as you have your key, nobody can keep you from accessing your wallet. By the same token, excuse me,
Sorry about that.
it's permissionless. So you need no permission to make a transaction on a Hive, a Bitcoin, an Ethereum. If you want to say, I'm going to send Ethereum to wallet ABC, you can send Ethereum to wallet ABC. Nobody can stop you. Nobody can say you cannot do it. It's a permissionless system. So that's where the gatekeepers, the intermediaries were removed, and you have a digital network that is, we'll just say permissionless. You can argue whether they're decentralized or not, but they're permissionless where nobody can stop you. And that's the difference. So when you look at Hive, all the witnesses maintain the Hive ledger. They maintain the database. So anytime Hive is moved from wallet A to wallet B, that witness that processes that transaction updates the database, and then the database is shared to the other witnesses. And that's how all these databases, the same database is on 100 different witness nodes, and they're all not related. Well, your bank will run a lot of different nodes, but guess who controls all the nodes? Your bank. Guess who controls all the nodes on the Visa network? Visa. So whenever you look at these credit cards, you look at these financial institutions, it's all the same. They run their network, they maintain the balances, and you have to get permission from them to access it.
Wow. Thank you so much. So what advice would you give to someone looking forward to investing in cryptocurrency for the first time?
Well, my feeling is don't invest in cryptocurrency. Um, get your feet wet by earning cryptocurrency. And that's one thing Hive can do. You can go on to Hive, you can comment on articles, you can go to threads, you can do different things that get you involved and start learning about a wallet, start learning about a key, start to learn about transactions, start to learn about what takes place, how to secure your stuff. And also by not having that financial risk of buying a crypto that may go up, may go down, and they do go up, they do go down. It's very volatile. But then you start to learn about how this all works. Then you can make your decision, which if you're going to make a first time purchase, you're probably best off with something like Bitcoin. It's the biggest, it's the safest. Um, don't go into a meme coin or something, you can lose all your money. Bitcoin, it could go to zero, but it's highly unlikely to go to zero. You go into a meme coin or you go into something like that. Who the hell knows what that's going to go to? But the point being is when you start to get involved and earn it, you're learning as you go. So then before you start to put your money on the line, you have some knowledge. Instead of somebody just saying to you, hey, buy ABC token. And that's a big problem is people look at crypto as, okay, this is just financial. Crypto is much bigger than financial. It's actually a technology. And this is where I think getting involved and with something like Hive gets people out of that trader mindset, that green candle mindset, because most people, to be honest with you, in my opinion, do not belong in the financial markets. They're not cut out for it. It takes a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge to get in that game. And there's a lot of sharks out there. There's people who are well adept at manipulating markets, at leveraging markets, at basically taking your money. I mean, if you're going to buy Bitcoin and hold it for 10 years, okay, that's a way to offset the market risk because you got a 10-year timeline. And so there's a good chance 10 years from now, Bitcoin will be a lot higher than it is today. There's probably a good chance Ethereum will be higher than it is today. But you start to look at some of these other coins, some of the other things that are going on. Who knows what's going to happen? And if you're trying to make money in the next 3 months, well, we just had a 2-year bear market. So for Bitcoin, and some of the alts are still in it. So it could be a long time. And if you need the money in 3 months and you're putting money in saying, hey, I'm going to double my money in 3 months, you may find you're down 90% in 3 months. So that's where I think people need to start looking at crypto in a different light as what can I do? What service can I provide and get compensated in crypto? And then by having this crypto that I get paid, then either I can go and flip that into a Bitcoin or an Ethereum or something I like, or I can hold this and it has, instead of earning $1 today, it has the potential to 10x. So I'm going to hold it. And then my efforts paid basically $10 if it 10x's. I think that's a much safer approach.
Thank you so much. So, what are your thoughts on the potentials for cryptocurrency to become a widely wide accepted form of payment?
Um, Well, as I said, I think the digital realm, once we go with AI agents, that's going to be the method of payment. And it's going to most likely be stable coins, although it could be some other things. And I think it's going to be stable coins. And I think they're going to be US dollar denominated because that's a denomination most of the world understands. I've always said there's one reason why Bitcoin will, one of the reasons, there's many, why Bitcoin will not be a medium of exchange is because what the hell's a Satoshi? You know, how many Satoshis are in a barrel of oil? Hell, how many Satoshis are in a tuna fish sandwich? Uh, Nobody knows. I mean, it's not something that people know, but most of the world understands what a dollar is and what a dollar buys, whether it's in their native currency or whether commodities or things of that nature. And they know the denomination of pennies and things of that nature. So I think in terms of other types of payments, that's going to be a lot slower because the existing system is not going to go away anytime soon, the existing financial system. And gatekeepers have a vested interest in keeping things the same. So I don't think you're going to see too many large merchants around the world in different countries accepting it. You will find areas where either A, you have a banking system or a financial system that's just so corrupt that people look for the alternative, or B, it's going to come from smaller merchants that there's a lot of their customers who have crypto that maybe it helps them to sell more. They start accepting crypto payments because maybe they don't have much in their native currency, but they're doing stuff on Hive or they're doing stuff wherever. And now all of a sudden they have, you know, $3 in their bank account, but they have $100 in crypto. And if you accept the crypto payment, if the merchant accepts the crypto payment, well, now somebody can go buy some goods or services. So I think that's really where it's going to stem from. But it'll take a while because the existing financial system is going to fight it with every turn. They want to control everything.
Thank you so much for educating us on these areas of cryptocurrency. Um, today we've come to the end of today's podcast show with Taskmaster. Thank you so much, Taskmaster.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.